So, if you just wanted to start off and just introduce yourself, kind of talk about your position, what your degree's in.
Okay, my name is Hilda Morales. My position here in Viatris is a senior project engineer. I have 7 years working here, and basically they hire me for a different position. I'm supposed to integrate the new equipment and develop the whole process. Like we have the fillers that is like to process. First is the fillers, and then you integrate with the secondary packaging. So I was responsible to take care of the whole process, the input and output for the machines, the integration. So I was doing that for probably 4 years, and then they moved me to a different position. That is, I'm working for facility projects right now. That is new for me, constructions and all these kind of things. Like, do you see here the conference room? I designed the conference room and changed the whole thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's totally different. So this is the good part for the project engineers, that you can have any kind of project. So it can kind of difficult to, summarize and say it's just one thing.
So what made you want to be an engineer in the first place?
Well, I'm from Mexico, and where I live, we have a lot of population students. And when I finished high school, and I do the test for the admission for the school, I was accepted, but because we are like a lot of, people, they need to create a new school for engineers. So I have to start working. In the meantime, that I start. And I work for automotive company, and then I realized that I don't want to be, because when I was in my first decision, it was like administration. But then when I started working there, I said, no, I want to be an engineer. I like what they're doing, but I learned because I have to work with the engineers. So that's why I decided to change my path and go with engineering.
That's cool. What was the hardest class you took?
Well, personally, I hate it. I don't like chemistry.
I did not like chemistry either.
Yeah, it was the more difficult for me. I know for sure it's not, but it's something that I don't like it, and because I don't like it, I suffered a lot. And I think the more complicated, probably I'm gonna say math 4. I know that now probably the classes are totally different right now, because I graduated in 1992, so you can imagine, probably you don't born yet. That's why. I don't know. But it was, it is more complicated, but good.
Do you have any advice for interviewing for engineering positions?
I think for me, when you use examples of what you accomplished and how you demonstrate your experience and knowledge, is the best. Right? You need to be really confident, and if you don't know, but you need to be very, very prepared. Like, I really like to actually know who is gonna interview me, and these times it's easy because you can go on LinkedIn, look it up, then you know the experience that the other person has. So then you can see what is the focus of what they're gonna ask you. They're not gonna ask for something that they don't have experience. So if you know the requirements for the position, and then you know who is interviewing, this is the best, I feel.
That's good advice. What is your favorite part of being an engineer?
Well, what I'm saying probably is that you have the opportunity to create, to design, and for me, that I changed. I'm starting with the automotive industry, and the automotive industry is really stressed. I work for probably for the industry like 12 years, and then I moved to medical devices.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a stress too because both can affect people. You can kill somebody if an instrument is not working properly, and the same if the brakes not working properly, the same thing. But I think the medical devices, you can't, engineering could be applied for a different paths, and no matter if you are I'm industrial engineer, and I do quality positions. I do my experience being in different positions, so covers a lot. When you are in my case, industrial engineering, that you can work in any place in industry. So for me, that's the fun. You always learn something different. You can start with a new company, and it's gonna be a new world that you're gonna learn and be part, have experience and learn. I don't know. I like that.
What is one thing you wish you knew before entering industry?
Well, in my case it's different because I was a student, and actually I start working before I decide to be an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Then working in that environment, make me a decision that that's the path that I want. I don't want to be. For me, it's difficult to be sitting all day in a desk. I'm not that type of person. I like to be, involved with people, walking, and that's why before I start with Viatris, my last role was continuous improvement. That you can work with any kind of department, with any kind of issues. So that's the amazing thing for being an industrial engineer.